Okay, today let us look into simultaneous equation. Please forgive me about my spelling for simultaneous. I'm not sure it's the correct one. Yeah, but let's just solve this one. Simultaneous equation is whereby you are given two equations and then you're finding in the value of y and x or whatever variable they will have given. So you're given x plus 3y minus 5 is equals to 0. 2x minus 6y plus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so it's a linear equation to linear equation, grade 10. So now you've got equation 1 and then you've got equation 2. Let us name them. Let's say this one is equation 1. Okay, let me just name it here. This one is equation 1 and then this one is our equation 2. Okay, so this is what I suggest. Okay, from the two equations, there is one equation that is less complicated and there is an other equation that is a little bit complicated. Okay, so now in this equation, please, when you are making equation 3 or when we are deriving equation 3, please try to choose the less complicated equation. Okay, like if you see this one, it's going to be easy to make x to be the subject of the formula than this one, because now here x is having a coefficient and even the y here is having a coefficient. So I'm always advising abantwana besikolo ukuthi kakhulu ama-grade 10, when you are making your equation 3, please try to use the less complicated equation whereby you are going to have equation 3 engenayo a fraction. Make sure you stay away from fractions because you're going to complicate yourself when you are dealing with fraction. But if you trust yourself, you can take whatever equation. But my advice is always that please always take the less complicated equation. Like this one, you see, it is less complicated. Why? Because when you're making x to be the subject of the formula, you won't be having any fractions. But this side, you're going to be having fractions. So let us make equation 3. You make equation 3 by either making y to be the subject of the formula or you're making x to be the subject of the formula. I hope that one, it makes sense. So here we're going to make x because y on a coefficient. So if y on a coefficient, that means this is one a fraction and we don't want fractions. Okay, so let us make x. So that means we are going to make our equation 3. Let's use equation 1 to make equation 3. So now we have x plus 3y minus 5 is equals to 0. So that means we must take all the one that we don't want on this other side. So 3y is positive this side. So when it goes to the other side, it's going to be negative. Your 5y is positive, is negative. When it goes to the other side, it's going to be a positive. So you are having minus 3y plus 5. Okay, so since our addition is communicative, you can say 5 minus 3y, but I'm going to leave it like this. So now that we are having x as a subject of the formula, we can say now this one is our equation 3. Okay, this is our equation 3. Then what do? You sub equation 3 into 2. Okay, you make sure that you sub equation 3 into equation 2. You cannot sub this equation from equation number 1 because these two equations, when you sub this one to this one, you're going to get an answer 1 is equal to 1 or 0 is equal to 0. Then we don't want that. So you always take equation 3, you sub it in equation number 2. What does that mean? It means that now this is x. You see, x is the subject of the formula here. X is equals to minus 3y plus 5. So it means where there is x in equation 2, you're not going to be putting x anymore, but you're going to be putting this expression. Okay, so therefore we are saying we sub equation 3 into 2. Okay, so then that means we are taking equation 3 simplaka ku equation 2, guys. That's the meaning of substitute. So we're using the substitution method here. I'm going to do the other one whereby maybe it requires what's that thing, elimination. Let me write it properly. Ngaze nithi nina unborn this is equation 3. Okay, so we are swapping equation 3 into equation 2. Okay, I hope it's clear, guys. Imakhaya mlena ayibhali zona. So we are swapping equation 3 into equation 2, right? So then now it's going to be, since that our equation 2 is that one, so we're going to say it is 2, then we open brackets. You see there is x here. So where there is x, we're putting in these values. So it is minus 3y plus 5. Okay, then you close the bracket. You don't throw away this one, you keep this one. It is minus 6y plus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so now it becomes easy because we are solving for, there's only one variable now. Okay, so then we open the bracket. It's going to be 2 times negative 3y, a negative and a positive. We know it's a negative, so this one is going to be minus 6y. 2 times the 5, you just the distributive method, guys, the normal way, no stress. Okay, 2 times 5, it is a 10. Okay, so this one, you keep this one, it's minus 6y, it is plus 2 is equals to 0, right? Then now we collect what we call like terms. For them to be like term, they need to carry the same variable, the same exponent. The coefficient does not matter. Okay, the same variable. If variable yin bangani bam, it is the letter in an expression. But nge-matter sisho ukuthi letter sibizwa nge-variable. I-exponent ile number lapha phezulu, like y squared, 2 squared, 3 to the power 4, and so for it to be a like term, it carries the same variable, it carries the same exponent. Okay, so like which one or even constant can be like term? Yes. So now here you have 6y, you've got y. So that means those are like terms because they carry the same variable. So 6y minus 6y, it is minus 12y. Okay, so now plus 10 plus 2, it is plus 12. So plus 12, yes. So this one is going to be equals to 0. So now we are solving for y. So we can take the 12 to the other side. So it is 12y, it's minus 12y. So when you take this 12 to the other side, it's going to be minus 12. Then now we divide by negative 12. Sorry guys, space something divide by negative 12. This one cancel. A negative divide a negative, it's a positive. So therefore y, let me write it here, our y is going to be equals to 1. Okay, then now that you have the value of y, so now this value of y, you are going to substitute for you to find x. You take equation 3. It's always easy. You take equation 3. So equation 3 where to utini, x is equal to minus 3y plus 5. So now to find x, it's going to be x is equal to minus 3. What is y? Now where there's x, you put in y. Is that one clear? So it's going to be 1, then plus 5. Okay, so that means the value of x here is going to be negative 3 times 1, it is minus 3 plus 5. So that means your value of x, it's going to be positive 2. There you go. So please make sure these 5 marks, you take them, guys. These 5 marks, you take them.